Ayo, it's Manuel. In a previous video, I did the UST for a song called Gunjoo Butterfly by Fox Loco Phantom, and it was CVVC, and I loved it. It's great. But I'm focusing more on my blog about Forgotten Friday, and the number of banks with CVVC capabilities is extremely small, and I don't trust more sampler to do anything really. So without spending an unreasonable amount of time converting banks, I need CVUSTs. And also something to note about CVVC, and VCV. So CV is easy to record, and you can get better pitch bends than you can with CVVC because you have more space to, like wee, woo, wee, without worrying about the VC stuck to the end. And you can get better envelopes because you don't have to worry about the VC, being there. So, in that way, CV is better for tuning. But, and this is extremely important to me, I care more about the human nature of the voice and hitting the consonants when you're supposed to, more than I care about pitch bends or envelopes. So that's why I fully prefer CVVC to CV and VCV. Because with VCV, you have less control over the envelopes, because if you go too crazy, it messes with the synthesis. Everything needs to be P2, P3 to every time you switch out the bank. And doing that destroys envelope work. It just does, and that's not fun. CV can destroy envelope work because of the difference in auto files, but it doesn't sound wonky the way that VCV would. So that's why that is how I feel. Let me make sure. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. So this time I remembered to use the vowel utility before I reset, after I reset all of the envelopes. So what I did in my last tuning video, I didn't separately do the envelopes. I didn't do the envelopes and the velocity in separate passes. I did them in the same pass. And as you can see here, I lowered all of the volumes so that the loudest will be at a reasonable volume, and the rest of it will be like, normal, because of reasons. So if that's 84, and that does get really close, and I'll just move that up. It's a little lower because it does that thing. Oops. And I'm super zoomed in. Like, I have a feeling some people don't even know you can zoom this far in. So what I'm doing right now, I should probably always explain things, because I think these are the kinds of videos that people stumble onto once and see what I'm doing and kind of realize that I do the same thing in every video. And, you know, like, so any video might be someone's first video watching this series. What I'm doing is I'm basically just matching up where the lines here hit the kana so that the velocity is more or less the same. Velocity is another way of saying volume in UTAU itself. It can mean different things for different musical softwares, because velocity can mean several different things, basically. But in UTAU, it means how loud the note is going to be independent of envelopes. A note set with like you can hear that the velocities are both 66, but the envelopes change it. Just like these have default envelopes, but they're different also. It's important to do envelopes even if you could do it's important to do velocity even if you logically could do everything with envelopes, just because sometimes you do get into situations where you completely need to reset the envelopes. And one of the biggest things for making your tuning realistic that I don't think gets enough attention is, in fact, volume. You know, Alright. Alright, so that's one verse. Or is it a stanza? I can never remember. And now we're just going to go through this. And we'll just... It doesn't need to be perfect, and it's actually a bad idea to pull out the extra point. We want to do our best to avoid the exclamation point error thingy. But, you know, it's one of those things. It just kind of depends on the day. Like, are you for extra points and super fine tuning? Or are you against extra points and super fine tuning? And like I said, it just depends on the day. And it's not going to be exact, you know. It saves, like, you know, once it gets to a shortened point of realism, you really, like, you're just putting more effort on yourself than you really need. And I'm being a little random. I'm not going to put focus on plosives because the way plosives work is that I just realized, like, you can't see me using the envelope tool. Maybe envelope. Nope. Cancel. I'll think through this some other time. You can see what's happening. Alright, so right here, there's like nothing right there. And the reason is because simply plosives don't make sound. Right here where there's no sound. Oh, that's a horrible explanation. But yeah. I'm really hoping that this part doesn't take 40 minutes like the last video did. Like, envelopes took 40 minutes, and then envelopes took 40 minutes, and then the pitch bends took 40 minutes. How long is this again? I forget. I really forget. I am so not good at remembering things right now. Alright. And like, I know it's kind of petty to say it, but it's like, I mean, I do figure that like I should just, as a default, not leave out things that are kind of important, like showing the actual pitch bends being in the envelope window, but also I need to check the engagement on these videos. I said it last time, I don't check engagement, but if like no one's watching, then then there's not much point in fixing that specifically, because it's like no one's watching, then it's like, okay, whatever makes my life easier, you know? And what makes my life easier is having it set up the way I have it set up, where you can't see the envelopes, but you can see them magically appear, basically. But if someone was watching and was like, but I want to say the envelope window, then well, okay, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll figure out how to do it where I can still have the same freedoms to just randomly open things without, you know, like showing off all my files. I have nothing to hide, you know? But it's just one of those things where it's like, I like feeling like I'm secure. No one can see my stuff, even if there's nothing to hide. Like, I guess when you're younger and more naive about privacy, you're like, what do I care? I ain't got nothing to hide. But then you get kind of older and you live more life and you're kind of like, I mean, I don't have anything to hide, but I'd rather people not see my stuff. Like, it's my stuff, not their stuff to look at. And it just feels nice. It feels nice having a sense of my stuff, don't look at it. Yay! Now, how long is this again? What? That's so short compared to the last video. Wow. Am I recording? I am recording. So it'll be like 30 minutes? I forgot. Okay, that's a little high. Bring it down. And then bring that down to about there. I think using kanji, using hiragana to do this, as opposed to using romaji, is really nice, I think, because there are a lot of really distinctive features on hiragana, more so than on see, this is one of those things where it's like, I don't have anything to hide. Oh wow, that looks really cool. I don't have anything to hide, and I have no reason to hide the fact that an advertisement for the newest version of Corel Paint popped on my screen, but it's still like, nah, dude, my business. And it's like, you know, I stan OBS Studio because I'm just able to like be like, you know, privacy today. I like the privacy. Not gonna show everyone everything I'm doing. This lyric here, I have no idea. In the CVVC video, I pointed out the fact that the lyrics for this song are not posted anywhere. Like, I'd find a page that was for song lyrics for the specific song, and I am not even kidding you. They would list, oh, this is the lyrics for this song. They don't exist. Like, thanks, that's great. Real helpful. And another note about this, when I'm using this the way I am currently, where this is the acapella extraction and this is the melody extraction of the acapella extraction, you can't trust the volumes here perfectly because they generally will have bleed through from the actual, you know, like instrumental that the artificial intelligence didn't properly get rid of. So, fun fact about the acapella extractor, it's it was, all of the code for it was released under a license that makes it free for anyone to use. It's just a free-for-all. So different sites will have it. Well, different sites have it, and they'll give you different reasons to use theirs specifically. And it's so funny because there was a service I use, just a bare bones. Only way you can spend money on it is if you donate for extra credits, or you just give the guy money because you're like, oh, you're nice. You deserve the money for the server space and such. But my friend I found it through Reddit, but my friend I think they Googled it, and like, they made you sign up, give them your email and all that stuff, and they gave you less tracks per month. And it's like, it's the same exact stuff. Like, no, they didn't pay any licenses, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. But yes, I had a point, and I thought it was a very clever and witty point. Then I forgot. Oh man. Sometimes I say things like I expect someone to respond to me. Like, straight up. I'm Dora the Explorer. But, y'all remember Good Girls? That show on NBC? It sounds like... Okay, that... Yeah. That. Went a little too far. Yeah. Okay, so the T on Good Girls on NBC, they hadn't finished the season. They hadn't finished filming the season, and the lockdown started, and they had the time slot already, so they couldn't just do nothing. You know, they had to release something. So it came out, like, the season just ended out of nowhere, and there was no, like, anything, like, even remotely close to resolution. You know, and it's like, there's like nothing even remotely close to a resolution. It was confusing, and it was bad. Bad, guys. It was bad. Can't see what I'm doing, I guess. Wrong thing. Oh yeah, and I probably should say, I am in fact in Oh, I didn't add those. I didn't add those to his bank. He can't say he can't say standalone vowels. What CV bank do I have? I don't have another male CV bank. Okay, uh, okay, I'll just, um, hmm. Okay, I'm opening his CV. Okay, now can you say it? There. I just, I'm like, dang it. I want to use the bank that I like. But then I'm like, I need to get the vowels right. So yeah, I'm really glad I just randomly had that old CV bank. Just hanging out in my folder. That's just how it is. This bank has bad odos. I just remembered. I'm like, great. I went from I had standalone C. I could do it like on camera. Just add standalone C. Standalone vowels. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, not right now. Like, I'm just gonna use this bank that just hanging around, hanging around. And it's funny because the bank actually does have a pins, so you could use it as a multi-pitch if you wanted to. But all the autos are bad, and I don't like it. It's not. I say, it's not CVVC as I make CV auto. Hi. Yay! Envelopes are finished. Well, let me just try and get this one to look right. No. Alrighty. Close enough. Let's just close this out. You do not want to save it. That's cool. I was just like, okay, got to you now. Okay. Well, full screen. And we'll move, shimmy this around. Shimmying. Shimmying. There. All nice and shimmied. Alrighty, so let's listen to it once. The bank is named Normal. It's meant to be normal. You can't. It's, you know, it's just one of those things.
ひらひらと舞い散る女は肩を晒す手待ちぼうけ。
Alright, now, how long has it been? How long have I been? Oh, 30 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be nice and not spam y'alls. Trace. Okay. And now we go to right click pitch, which you can't see, but I'm setting it to something random. And now, the fun part. Ow! My wrist. My wrist. And I wasn't even doing anything to it. Alright, so as I said earlier, CV does in fact give you better control over pitch bends. It gives you better control over envelope, but it takes away your control over what is the word? I got oil in my eye. You know that feel? It takes away your control of how long consonants last. And you might be thinking like, why would I care about that? How long consonants last? And for Japanese, it's less of a major issue, but I got into CVVC because of English, so of course my response will have a bit of an English tint to it, but in English specifically, it's really, really important for everything to be precise with the exact timing. And the reason is because in English everything is stress based, which just means that it's a huge difference if you say one thing slightly longer than the other thing. So for understandable English, you do need CVVC to be able to express the differences in. I don't think I can even try. I don't think I can even try to explain it well. Yeah. I'm not matching this exactly because this vibrato is independent of the pitch bends. It gets added onto each other. So if I were to match this up exactly with that, it would go deeper than intended. Alright, so we go here. Oh man. Okay. I'm not copying that exactly, but I'll just make it brief. Definitely no way that was intentional. I'll try it like that.
四苦八、四苦八、
Versus
四苦八、
I guess.
四苦八、
Oh right, that is from the vibrato. I don't need to copy that. But I do need to copy this. Yeah, I didn't actually realize that about the vibrato until recently. So that's that, I guess. Alright, we're gonna add another point so that this can go here. And this can go a little over here. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. I have a telehealth psych appointment today. If you're wondering what that means, it means that I'm going to have an appointment with my psychiatrist, but it will be on the telephone because there is still a pandemic going on. And that is not fun, and I do not like it. But we gotta do everything we can to make it through. I still have to go to the doctor for a shot. Still have to go to the doctor for a shot on the 30th. And who knows what life's gonna be like on the 30th. I think I can just do that there because boop, boop. You couldn't see it, but I literally used my fingers to measure the rod. Ay, 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 ay. Like, I pinched in front of the screen. I was like, is this the same size as this? I think it is. I'm a mess. And here is one of my philosophies of life. If you can get away with using vibrato to tune, use vibrato to tune. Why that's so big? And you know, I forgot what I was even talking about. So, Good Girls on NBC, they weren't able to finish shooting the season. So it ended horribly. And I don't mean, oh, it ended bad for the characters. I mean, it just like, it's hard to even think like, okay, do I watch this? What's the end goal of watching this, you know? Can I make this like, yes. Like, they're not likable anymore. Like, they're big dummies, and not in the cute, endearing way. Just like annoying. And their motivations make less and less sense with every episode. Okay, let's listen to what we've got so far.
ゆらゆらと怪しく影のかんざし抜いて乱れ髪
Wait.
ゆ ゆらゆらと怪しく影のかんざし抜いてみ誰が見
What do we think of this? What do we think about this? I don't know. I didn't get the VK sound with the CVUST, with the CVVV, the CVVC UST. I didn't get the VK sound, and I just thought, oh yeah, no, it's obvious why I didn't get the VK sound. It was CVVC, and that's why. But then the CV doesn't have the VK sound. I'm like, why? I don't know. I don't know. Like, you have one really good result, and it will be the exception and not the rule, but you don't really realize that until it's too late, and you're like, why can't everything be like the thing that was the thing that one time? Nailed it. Um, no, that's not where it's supposed to be. Yeah, actually, I have no idea what it's trying to tell me what to do. Because, sometimes it just glitches out.
と舞い散るをと舞い散る舞い散るを
Oh, that's hilarious.
い散るを散るをい散る
Okay.
女は
I'm just gonna ignore that, you know? Sometimes you're just like, yeah, nah. No, go back. Go back. Mm-hmm. Whee! Close enough. Because I'm almost done. And this has not went well. And it was not fun. Well, it started out fun, but then I was like, oh no, why is it going wrong? Oh.
Mochi okay.
Alright. Now we need to add a point and move it all the way back. Add a point, and we move it down here. And then we add a point, and we move it here.
Chi okay.
Okay, no. That's not right.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's listen to what we got. What we got. Ah, ay.
ゆらゆらと怪しく影のかんざし抜いてみたれ髪ひらひらと舞い散る女は肩を晒す手持ちぼけ
Let's listen to the CVVC. The blip. Let's listen to the CVVC version. Just right quick. You're not gonna see it because it is elsewhere.
ゆらゆらと怪しく影のかんざし抜いてみたれ髪
And that is compared to the CV version that goes like this.
ゆらゆらと怪しく影のかんざし抜いてみたれ髪
Yeah, CV is a lot more expressive.
ひらひらと舞い散る女は肩を晒す手持ちぼけ
And yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Save. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Alrighty, guys. Bye.